How prevalent is a dream to become an actor and make it in Hollywood? In my country, the dream of Hollywood actor is totally unrealistic and something no one achieved from my country. I'm wondering, what is it like in the U.S. itself? How many people you know had dreamed to become an actor and actually tried to make it happen? Nowadays? I think it is more popular for kids to want to become YouTubers, streamers over actors. I agree. It was pretty common when I was a kid, but YouTubers are the real celebrities these days. Plus, you don't have to move somewhere as expensive as California to do it. TikToker, streamer, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Los Angeles is full of waiters and waitresses with that dream. Totally. But I was asking more from your personal experience. How many people in your life has stated that they wanted to become an actor and did something about it? I've never met anyone who moved to LA to try to make it as an actor. I moved to LA for the hell of it when I was in my early 20s, and it was pretty common. Lots of people wanting to be musicians back then too, since YouTube and Spotify weren't what they are today. One of the nice things about being a broke 20-something living in LA in the early mid-2000s was that everyone else was also from somewhere else. So everyone was in the same boat of building a new social group. Also, rent was still what I thought was expensive at the time, but in comparison to now was incredibly affordable. I've known people who moved to LA for various reasons, just not to try to make it in showbiz. I know, new. 2 people from my high school that attempted to make it in Los Angeles. One got her 15 minutes of fame on a popular TV game show, which led to, I think it's been a while, a few gigs and commercials. After that didn't convert into anything. I think she tried to, became a social media influencer. This was well before that was a mainstream thing. She has a YT Shanna because it was in the pre-Instagram days. As far as I know, her career is over and done with. Absolutely no idea what she's up to now or if it has anything to do with Hollywood. The other wasn't attempting to be an actor, but rather a stand-up comedian. He's actually had a lot of success in his career. Been on talk shows, done nationwide tours. He's even a cast member on Saturday Night Live. I wouldn't be shocked to see him play comedy roles in films in the next decade or so, as SNL is where many big-time comedic actors get their start. Most people might describe him as a young Bill Hader, comedy style and looks. I'll always know him as the nice, funny guy I sat next to in algebra class senior year. Did something about it? I know of 2. Had any sort of success? 0. I was a theater kid, and I did a pre-college program at UCLA as a junior and also started college as a theater major. I wound up recognizing the sacrifices I would have to make to pursue it and realized I liked it more as a hobby than a career, but I know a few people who wound up acting or acting adjacent for some or all of their careers so far. None of them went to Hollywood to try and make it big as a TV or movie actor, though. On the other hand, these were mostly live theater kids. There's less of a distinction between movie, TV, and theater acting as disciplines these days than used to be the case. But realistically, you gotta be in LA for movies, TV, whereas most decent-sized cities and every major metropolitan area has some amount of professional theater. There is some amount of TV that's filmed in NY, and anyone who watches Law & Order starts to recognize the theater folks who also do TV out there. But it's limited compared to LA. I think I only know one person who actually moved to LA and was like, I'm going to make it as an actor. He's been on a few TV shows and is doing stand-up regularly in pretty large venues for huge crowds now, so he seems to be doing well. I think as children, a lot of people want to be famous in this fashion, but by the time you grow up, you become a little disillusioned with the idea. I know a couple of people who did, but they didn't become A-list celebrities or anything. They were in lesser-known shows or a smaller part in a movie, but something that fulfilled that dream for them. I have seen a small handful of high school theater arts people who thought they were the shiz and were destined for Hollywood success only to fizzle out early and do something else. My brother went to high school with Miles Teller. He wasn't super close with him or anything, but they did know each other, and I think I met him once at my parents' house. Lots of students find a love for theater in school. I grew up with plenty of them. Some became drama teachers, act in community local theater, one became a stuntman, one became an Emmy-winning editor, and one a pretty successful playwright. None that I have ever met wanted to be a famous Hollywood actor. But some people fall in love with acting and never want to do anything else. I knew a few theater kids in school, but nobody who specifically wanted to become a Hollywood actor. Most kids who make it in Hollywood have a lot of help, coercion from parents. Only know 3 people who hardcore wanted to become a singer, actor. 2 were well-adjusted enough that they are living pretty good lives despite not making it. They were great people when I knew them. They live in NYC, LA and are still trying, but mostly have refocused on other parts of life. The third seemed to believe they were going to make it 100% and they've done the worst. Back to living at home and giving voice lessons to elementary school kids as a job despite a big expensive performing arts degree. I also knew a group of friends who loved making little movies and started their own production company. They made frat party hype videos to make money before it was common, and they actually made some big name commercials. Don't think the company is still around, though. I don't think many people understand just how many amazing, beautiful, and amazingly talented people there are in the world. And there's a large population of people who are both. These industries are crazy competitive, same as professional sports. I'm from the Midwest. I know 0 people who had that dream and 0 people who tried to make that dream happen. My husband is from LA. He knew quite a few kids who had that dream and several of them who succeeded, at least at the level of side character on a sitcom. But they already lived there and dedicated their early lives to acting so they could try to achieve their dream. Most people might consider it only fleetingly. One kid from my high school tried to be an actress. She was a booth girl at a car show. No idea where she is now. I live in LA, and the people I met trying to become a TV or movie star ended moving to Atlanta to find work. I'd say it used to be a dream on the level of being an astronaut. Lots of kids may start there, but very few have the luck to get through the hurdles to get there. I don't think I've ever known anyone with that particular aspiration, though I've known a few would-be musicians or other entertainers. I'm an old millennial for reference. I think younger people today, Gen Z and Alpha, are more keen to become YouTubers, streamers, influencers than movie stars. As another person said, not very for most people, there was someone from my high school who tried to make it on Broadway. She was easily one of the best actresses in the school plays, but I'm pretty sure she didn't make it. I don't know what she's doing now. I know someone who was in the Mickey Mouse Club, and another friend who did voice work on a couple of major movies. Mostly singing voices, short of being 5 and saying we wanted to be actors. I do not know a single person who ever wanted to be an actor. In college, I knew theater kids, but they wanted to be on Broadway, not the silver screen. I knew quiet a bit of very talented musicians, some of which make living at it, but none are famous. I don't know that I've known anyone that had the dream and pursued it. I know that one girl that I went to school with has become an actor, plays, some ads, etc., but not a Hollywood actor. And another does something in the entertainment industry, makeup, I think. But that's literally it. I mean, I think it's something that many little kids have on their when I grow up lists, along with pro athlete, rock star, astronaut, etc. But very few seriously pursue it when grown. I think it's true that there's always a sizable chunk of any population who enjoy performance and want to make a living doing so. It could be stage, dance, screen, music, etc. Some people will have the courage to attempt to make the performance work as a profession. Others will be content enjoying acting at the Civic Theater in 1 or 2 plays a year, and others will produce short-form video content or independent films. I knew one person who wanted to be a singer when she got older. She moved to Spain, joined a band, and is now touring the US. She isn't living at large by any means, but she does get to do her performance as a career.